So, for most of us, I think, the path to massive success or deep happiness, or what people often call abundance, it feels like it requires this huge overhaul.
A total reinvention.
Exactly. We're convinced we need to quit our job or launch some new company or just completely change our personality. It feels like the secret is some enormous, far-off thing.
It's the ultimate misdirection, isn't it? The sources we're looking at for this deep dive, they suggest the complete opposite.
Oh,
Yeah, that the secret to abundance isn't found in some massive life change, but in reclaiming the first few quiet moments of your day. The morning, they argue, is the single most important lever you have.
for setting your tone, your energetic tone, your mental tone, that initial 5 to 20 minutes it's like a blank canvas.
It is, but for so many of us, that canvas gets polluted immediately.
Right. We wake up, and what's the very first thing we do?
Grab the phone.
We grab the phone every time.
And in that one instant, you just flood your brain with external noise. You've got anxiety-inducing emails, bad news headlines, the whole social media comparison trap.
You immediately shift your mind into what the sources call a scarcity mindset. So what does that actually look like in practice?
It's that feeling of being behind before you've even started. You haven't even had coffee, and your brain is already zeroed in on lack.
Lack of what?
Lack of time, lack of preparedness, lack of money, you name it. And you spend the rest of the day just reacting to that noise, feeling anxious, defensive, always playing catch up. You've let the world decide your state before you even got out of bed.
So the mission for this deep dive is to really analyze the solution here. These 4 simple but apparently powerful habits or pillars that are designed to help you create the space for opportunity to find you.
And it isn't just about feeling good, it's about shifting your entire operating state from one of fear and scarcity to one of focus and receiving.
And for anyone listening who might be a little skeptical of the language here, words like abundance.
Which is completely fair.
Right. We can just reframe this whole thing, can't we, as performance priming.
That's a critical point. This is not wishful thinking. It's a strategic, psychologically grounded process. These 4 pillars, they're interconnected, and they create this powerful synergy.
And they are.
Physical movement, mindful stillness, intentional gratitude, and empowering affirmation.
Okay, let's unpack this and really drill down into the why. So why do the sources insist that we start with the body? I mean, we're so often told to change our mind using just our thoughts, but this puts physical movement right at the top.
Because the mind and body are an interconnected system, and, physics beats philosophy every time.
I like that.
Pillar 1, movement. It instantly changes your physiology. Even just a few minutes of light, intense exercise boosts mood-lifting neurotransmitters like endorphins. It's an immediate chemical way to shift your body out of a sleepy or a stressed state.
So it's a signal.
It's an unmistakable signal to your brain that says, I am alert, I am capable, I am prepared for action. You create physical momentum, which then translates directly into psychological momentum.
Okay, that's a fascinating foundation. You change the energy state first, and then you move to pillar 2, mindful stillness. So if movement is about activation, stillness must be about regulation.
Precisely. In our culture of hyper-distraction, we are constantly reacting to everything around us. Stillness, a short meditation, is about centering yourself.
And what's the psychological benefit there?
Well, it calms your nervous system. It allows you to regulate stress hormones like cortisol. By shifting your attention inward, you create mental clarity. You stop being a reactor to life and become an intentional creator. You start focusing on solutions, not just ruminating on problems.
The sources get really specific here with a technique called box breathing. Is there a neurological reason why that specific pattern is so powerful?
Absolutely. That 4-second sequence, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, it's used by high-performance groups like Navy SEALs for a very good reason. It's one of the fastest ways to stimulate the vagus nerve.
The vagus nerve does what?
It basically runs from your brainstem to your abdomen, and stimulating it signals your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system, to take over. It immediately lowers your heart rate and sharpens your focus, even under pressure. It brings you to a state of calm, yet alert readiness.
So we've activated the body, we've calmed the mind, and now we move to pillar 3, intentional gratitude. This is where that emotional shift from scarcity to abundance is supposed to happen.
This is maybe the most powerful pivot of all. Our brains are hardwired for a negativity bias. For survival, it was critical to spot dangers, to see what's wrong.
Reverse.
Gratitude is the conscious act of overriding that ancient programming. You are deliberately retraining your brain specifically a part called the reticular activating system, or RAS, to look for evidence of things going right.
So it's not simply that gratitude magically attracts good things. It's more that it helps you notice the good things and opportunities that are already there.
That's the mechanism, exactly. They were invisible before because of your negative filter. By forcing yourself to articulate specific things you're grateful for, you create a positive operating state.
And from that positive state.
Your brain is more relaxed, more creative, and way better at pattern recognition. You start to see opportunities, connections, solutions that the anxious, scarcity-driven brain would have just filtered out as noise. You're basically optimizing your brain's search engine.
And finally, we anchor all of this with Pillar 4, empowering affirmation, which the sources take a step further, calling them incantations. We have to address the skepticism here. I mean, isn't this just talking to yourself in the mirror?
That's a fair challenge. And the distinction is, it's crucial. See, traditional affirmations, they often fail because they lack emotional and physiological congruence.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you can say, I am a millionaire, while feeling terrified and slumped over on the sofa, and your brain just calls BS.
Right, it knows you don't believe it.
Exactly. The sources insist that the power of an incantation comes from combining the words with a strong associated feeling and a confident, open posture.
So it's about embodiment.
Precisely. You're using your physiology, a confident stance, open chest, to send genuine signals back to your nervous system. You influence your own self-perception by making sure the emotional state matches the words. That congruence is what lets the statement bypass your inner critic and really start to influence your core beliefs.
So you're directing all that energy and clarity you just generated toward your specific goals. You move the body to change energy, quiet the mind for clarity, focus on gratitude for a receptive state, and then affirm your power to direct it. It's not magic.
It's a formula for performance priming.
Okay, let's get practical. Life is busy, we all know that. The source material recognizes this and gives two flexible options: a 5-minute instant abundance ritual and a 20-minute deep dive. Let's start with a quick win.
The 5-minute routine is for those days when you genuinely believe you have zero time. It's about 5 high-intensity, very intentional minutes to just win the morning.
Okay, step 1.
Step 1. Energize with movement. 90 seconds. The moment your feet hit the floor, you activate. This is 90 seconds of anything that gets your heart rate up, jumping jacks, running in place, whatever. The key is intensity.
And there's a mental script, too.
Yes. You're thinking, or even saying aloud, I am awake, I am energized, I am ready. You can't phone this in. It has to feel visceral.
90 seconds is nothing. Then you move right into step 2. Center with stillness, 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And this is where that box breathing comes in.
Yes. Sit up tall. Focus intensely on that 4-second pattern. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. A minute seems short, but if you're 100% focused on the count, it's like a reset button for your mind. It silences that inner monologue that's already screaming about your to-do list.
Then we jump right into step 3, appreciate with gratitude, 45 seconds. And the key here is being specific and vocal.
Saying it aloud really seals it. And don't just list generic things. You have to access the emotion. So instead of, I'm grateful for my job, try something like, I am deeply grateful for the challenge my boss gave me yesterday because it means she trusts my abilities.
I see. Specificity makes the feeling real.
And that feeling is the switch that flips you out of scarcity.
And to lock it all in, step 4, empower with affirmation. Another 45 seconds, the incantation part.
Right. You stand up, assume a classic power pose, shoulders back, chin up, hands on your hips. That posture itself immediately influences your internal chemistry. Then you repeat your core statements with real conviction.
Like what?
Things like, I am open and receptive to abundance. I take inspired action today. I am worthy of all the good things coming my way. You're sealing the positive state you just created with a definitive declaration.
Okay, now for the 20-minute deep dive. This is for those days when you can carve out more time for a more profound shift. How does this look different?
Well, starting with movement, we expand to 7 minutes. This is where the source suggests moving beyond just cardio bursts and into something like a gentle yoga flow.
Cat-cow, downward dog.
Exactly, warrior poses. The goal here shifts from just boosting energy to really syncing your breath with your movement. It's about intentionally grounding yourself and connecting your mind and body, preparing for focused action.
The meditation also expands to 7 minutes, and the source recommends something specific here. A guided loving-kindness meditation. Why that?
The choice of loving kindness is very deliberate. It's a practice where you systematically send wishes of well-being, first to yourself, may I be happy, and then outward, to loved ones, neutral people, even difficult people.
That sounds challenging.
It can be, but it's incredibly effective at reducing that inner critic. And for abundance, it opens your heart to generosity. An abundant mindset is fundamentally a generous mindset, comfortable with both giving and receiving.
Next up, 3 minutes of gratitude journaling. So we're writing it down now. But there's a twist here, isn't there? This idea of proactive gratitude.
Proactive gratitude is. It's essentially advanced mental priming. For the last minute of your journaling, you write something you desire as if it has already happened.
So not, I hope I get new clients.
No, it's, I'm so grateful for the smooth and successful close of that new deal that flowed to me with ease this month. You're training your brain to feel the relief and certainty of the outcome, which strengthens your belief and directs your subconscious actions toward making it happen.
And to close out the 20 minutes, we have 3 minutes for incantations and programming. This is hyper-targeted.
Right. You write down 3 to 5 affirmations focused on specific goals, career, finances, whatever. Then you make it an incantation by pairing the statement with a strong emotion and a repetitive physical motion, maybe tapping on your chest while you say it.
You're physically anchoring the belief.
Precisely. And the final 30 seconds of that are for visualization. You visualize the single most important action you need to take that day, a big presentation, a difficult conversation, and you see it completed successfully. That mental rehearsal is the final bridge between your internal state and your external action.
Knowing the steps is one thing. Doing them is another. How do you make this stick?
Consistency. The sources all stress that showing up consistently is far more important than how long you do it for. They suggest a 21-day abundance challenge.
21 days, the classic benchmark for embedding a new habit. The instruction is to treat this ritual like the most important meeting of your day.
You wouldn't skip a meeting with a major client, so you can't skip this appointment with yourself.
What about the bad days, the days you just don't feel like?
And there will be those days. You have to remember that showing up imperfectly is a million times better than not showing up at all. 1 minute of focused breathing and 1 spoken gratitude, that's still a win. You maintain the chain of consistency.
Okay, we reframed this earlier for skeptics as performance priming. But we have to address the big caveat here. This is a massive mental boost, but it's not a substitute for hard work, is it?
Absolutely not. The sources make that unequivocally clear. This ritual is a tool. It expands your perception, it elevates your energy, it makes you receptive to opportunities that were hidden by anxiety, but it doesn't replace the need to. Ask for help, negotiate, put in the hours.
You still have to do the work.
You still have to execute.
I love the analogy they use.
Yeah.
It's like tuning your guitar to perfect pitch every morning. You still have to learn the chords and play the music.
But the instrument is perfectly ready. It makes every action easier, more harmonious, more effective. You perform better because your instrument, your mind, and your body is in tune.
So there you have it. 4 deliberate choices you can make every morning to prime your performance and shift your perspective.
Energize with movement, center with stillness, appreciate with gratitude, and empower with affirmation.
You don't need a total life upheaval to find more opportunity or success. The power, it seems, lies entirely in reclaiming those first few moments of the day. You can either let the world rush in and splash chaotic paint all over your canvas, or you can pick up the brush yourself and start creating your own masterpiece, one intentional morning at a time.
And that leads me to a final thought for you to consider. What hidden opportunity, a casual connection, a subtle shift in a negotiation, maybe a new idea, what might you have missed this past week because your mental canvas was already crowded with noise and anxiety? And how could just 5 minutes of intentional stillness and gratitude have changed your perception of that entire situation? Something to mull over until our next deep dive.